Steve here with Alloyed RPG. Well, today is April 6th and I am super excited. Why? Because today is South Carolina Comicon. I look forward to this every year, as many of you know. I was going to ride the motorcycle in today, but I got a flat tire yesterday, and besides, it's about 36 degrees and it's just a little too cold. But I'll be heading out early, going to take a lot of footage on the convention floor. We'll be looking at Artist Alley, talking to some of those folks there, and just a good time. So come on and join me at South Carolina Comicon. Well, I just got here. It's about 8:45, and I am definitely not the first one here. The parking lot's already a quarter full, and this is all prepaid stuff. So, yeah, they're expecting about 25,000 people today. So, should be fun. All right, well, the line is always huge. Like I said, we are definitely not the first ones here. And, yeah, this will keep snaking around. We'll just keep going. You've definitely got to wait for the YouTube channel. All right, it is about 10 minutes to 10 here, and they're going to start moving the line. So, out to enter. And here we go. Nice. Catch the other side of the line. You can look out the window. The line is already out the door. It has been out the door for a while. And like I said, there's about 25,000 people expected.
Like barely.
Check out the different cosplay folks. Like I said, way out the door. And here we go. There you go. Thank you much. This is really cool, the flyer. And yeah, here we are on the floor. So we'll kind of walk around. I'm going to go over this way so you guys can see the celebrity section. This is, I'm heading over to where we're going to have folks that do the autographs and stuff. Now, this year they actually have some pretty high-enders. There's a guy named Jim Lee, who I believe is a comic book illustrator for stuff like Batman, I think. He's got his own room for people to do signatures and things like that. But the folks aren't here just yet for the autographs, but this is the autograph section. But you've got people, everybody from, you know, TV actors to professional wrestlers, things like that. And the big ticket this year is William Shatner from Star Trek fame is here as well. So one thing I'm super excited about is that Alloyed RPG is a sponsor this year. We are on page 16, so pretty neat. This is going out to 25,000 people. Not everybody's going to see it, of course, but hopefully that'll gain some traction for the game. This is always a hugely popular booth for people who are into Lego. They've got, good grief. I mean, I'm not even a part of this world, but there's a ton of Lego stuff from all kinds of sci-fi films and whatever. It's pretty neat. Here's a shop that does cosplay stuff, so medieval costumes and things like that. You can, of course, buy a sword, and there's some actually pretty cool ones here. As I've said before, I come to these conventions to look for artists, and I always end up finding one or two. This guy I met last year, and he's doing really well. His name is Mike Madak, and he has these books. I'm going to show you some of his style, and I'm also working on an Alloyed RPG one-shot campaign using his artwork just for him to use. He's a super nice guy, but I'll tell you a little bit, or let him tell you what he's up to. All right, so tell me a little bit about the world you've created and what's exciting about it.
Well, hopefully it's exciting on its own here. Okay, so I did some fantasy world building. I wanted to create something that was original on my own. It's all original content. Pretty much I just drew whatever I wanted, and then I tied it all together with a narrative in my book here, The Curiously Astounding Phenomenal Wonder. And sort of created a foundation / lore book for the world I made.
What's next on your list of
My
things to
next
do?
is I'm just trying to develop more books from the world. I got a couple stories in line. It just takes a lot of work. Putting it all together, a final product, and I think this year what I worked on was I republished the book. It did sell out the first print run, so this was the second print run.
Mm-hmm.
So I printed this sketchbook along with it, sort of the compendium, a bunch of stuff that just initially didn't make it in the book initially.
Yeah.
I made so much stuff, and then trying to fit it in there, some stuff fell on the editor's table.
Sure. And where can people find you?
If you just search Mike Madak or Madak, you'll find me. If you search the Agma Raypot brand, you'll definitely find me. M Madak at M Madak on Instagram. Yeah, I'm out there.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yep.
It's about 11 o'clock, and everybody's starting to wake up and come out. Of course, there's still time to get down to South Carolina Comicon in Greenville. It'll be running Saturday today and tomorrow as well. So, like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff here for sure. And of course, what would a Comic-Con be without comic books, right? So there are all kinds of comic books at these conventions. So this is kind of a cool art concept. Basically, they do these prints on old dictionary pages. So, for example, like this one right here, you have the Death Star on an old vintage dictionary. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so another artist that I'm a big fan of is Steve Conley. I met him a couple of years ago, and he's friends with Travis, who does a lot of our work as well. And yeah, so I'm going to let him talk about what he's doing, and we're good. All right, Steve, so tell us a little bit about the Middle Age and how it relates to maybe D&D 5e or tabletop role-playing games, stuff like that.
Happy to. So The Middle Age is a webcomic I write and draw. It's free to read on Webtoons and Tapas and Go Comics and on my own website at middleagecomic.com. It is a story about a knight who is in love with a dragon and has a magic sword that hates him. It's been going on since 2016. It's been collected into 2 hardcover books so far, and a 3rd one's on the way. It'll be kickstarted, I think, in June this year.
Awesome.
And it has inspired a whole bunch of D&D related material, including 2 subclass books. One for intoximancers, which are drunken wizards, and then one for rogues who throw a magic deck of cards. And I've also been sculpting. During the pandemic, I started sculpting my own characters, and now I'm making D&D minis.
Awesome. Very cool.
You can find all of that at steveconley.com.
Awesome. And as you know, I'm a big fan.
I appreciate it.
Of course, t-shirts are hugely popular. There's a bunch of different ones, everything from science fiction to classic movies to monsters, you name it. If you need a fake plastic weapon, they have all your fake plastic weapon needs. Well, that's a wrap for me. I usually only spend a couple of hours at these things because I look for artists and all that. But yeah, catch it next year, SC Comicon, and you can go to scomicon.com. And again, Alloyed RPG being a sponsor this year, we'll probably do it next year as well. Thanks again for watching. May your dice always roll with advantage.